Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Umair Akram, and my topic is the judicial system of Pakistan. So, first of all, there is an introduction. Uh, Basis of judicial system of Pakistan. The roots of current judicial system of Pakistan stretch back to the medieval period and even before. The judicial system that we practice today has evolved over a long period of time, spanning roughly over a whole millennium. The system has passed through several epochs covering the Hindu era, Muslim period, including the Mughal dynasty, British colonial period, and post-independence period. Notwithstanding the successive change, for example, one rule or dynasty substituted by the other, which naturally resulted in the socio-economic and political transformation of the Indian society. The judicial system generally maintained a steady growth and gradual advance towards consolidation and improvement or refinement, without indeed having to undergo any major disruption or substantial change. All in all, the system experienced and passed through three distinct stages of historical development, namely Hindu kingdom, Muslim rule, and British colonial domination. The fourth and current era commenced with the partition of India and the establishment of Pakistan as a sovereign and independent state. The system thus has evolved through a process of reform and development. In structure, there is a Supreme Court and four High Courts, along with an Islamabad High Court. They are subordinate to the Supreme Court of Pakistan. There is also a Federal Shariat Court. Meanwhile, the disputed area of Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan has their own judicial system. There are the subordinate courts in Pakistan, which consist of criminal and civil courts, and many of the special courts which covers excise, smuggling, insurance, the environment, terrorism, banking and consumer protection, and corruption also. Criminal court was established under the Criminal Procedure Code 1898. The civil court was created under the West Pakistan Civil Code Ordinance 1962. The revenue courts operate under the West Pakistan Land Revenue Act 1967. Administrative courts and tribunals, which are also set up by the government of Pakistan, exercise the exclusive jurisdiction in the specific matters. It's clear that Pakistan has a lot of courts, as I mentioned, but the present situation of judicial system of Pakistan is very critical, as NJPMC issued a report that over 2 million cases are pending in Supreme Court, High Court, Sharia Court, and district courts too. In detail, there are 45,508 cases in Supreme Court, 1,88,411 are in Lahore High Court, 84,341 are in Sindh High Court, 15,847 are in Islamabad High Court, 5,313 are in Balochistan High Court, 2,10,025 are in KPK High Court. Not only that, there are too much pending cases on district level in all over the Pakistan. So the Supreme Court pointed out this issue many times, but that is useless. In order to that, the former Chief Justice of Supreme Court, Asif Said Khosa, established the model courts, because in model courts there are speedy trials, and the courts binds up the cases in 4 to 3 months, but the people are still waiting there for justice, because there is too much crowd. It is latest example that a person uh, who claimed in a talk show that he has sent his applications for many times in the period of uh, 2 years, but that is useless. There is a great cause of that critical situation of judicial system of Pakistan, and that is incompetency of the judges, which was confessed by the former Chief Justice of Pakistan, Mia Saqib Nisar, uh, uh, and he said that incompetence of judges, including himself, is one of the major reasons behind prolonged litigation and inordinate delay in decisions. So there are many judges who were not able, but they were hired for this great responsibility. Uh, and there is a great example, and that is Arshad Malik. Military courts also became the cause of laughing uh, for the judicial system of Pakistan on the international level, because the military courts were just for the purposes of the the internal matters of military, but the military courts in Pakistan uh, were functional during the period of 2015 to 2019 for civilians. There was a case uh, in which a person who committed a crime in underage, and he was sent to military court when he was above 18. But the fact was that he was not permitted to meet his family and hire a legal advisor. His death's news was released in a press conference of DGISPR. There is another fact about military court that that military court were consist of the judges who had not the law degrees, which was against the international rules about the courts. Not only that, the politicians and the legal fraternity also influenced the judicial system of Pakistan. In Pakistan, the law only applies to the poverty-stricken masses. The elite pose as law-abiding citizens, but the law does not really apply to them. Their progeny learns this while growing up. Mustafa Kanju, son of former Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Siddiq Siddiq Khan Kanju, shot out 16 years old Zain over a fender bender in 2015. The bodyguard of Abdul Qadir Jilani, son of former Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani, killed 24 years old Malik Tahir in Lahore during a road rage incident. Ali Imran, son-in-law of former Punjab Chief Minister Shehbaz Sharif, beat a baker in Lahore over a minor disagreement. Shahrukh Jatoi, son of Sikandar Jatoi, a celebrated feudal murderer, Shahzeb Khan in 2013 because he did not let Jatoi harass his sister. Finally, Nawaz Sharif, the former Prime Minister, himself crushed a 9-year-old under his convoy in Lala Musa while campaigning. These are just a few examples of the feudal and political elite of Pakistan getting away with all sorts of heinous crimes. It is sad to hear that the attitude of lawyers with judges is also a huge influencing point for trials. A female judge submitted his complaint and said that a lawyer appeared in my court from a certain law chamber and started shouting at me that why I dismissed his expert case for maintenance. I asked him to file an appeal. upon which he started misbehaving in the open court. The judge quoted what the lawyer had allegedly said, but the sentences are withheld by the newspaper. I am sorry for repeating the obscene content, but it is necessary to know the level of filth we are facing. Not only that, but there was also a rascal association of lawyers who attacked on the judge in his chamber and abused him, and they climbed up on his roster. That was just about that a lawyer want to fight the case without his turn. Another female judge uh, uh, experienced that experienced and said that a lawyer, namely, harassed and pressurized me to issue an order without hearing the other counsel, threatening to kick me out of the courtroom. As compared with the judicial system of UK, because the judicial system of Pakistan was generated under the British judicial system. So if we talk about the British judicial system, there are 218 courts and preliminary analysis published by the Ministry of Justice of cases progressing through the Crown courts, which deal with the most serious cases such as murder, rape, and robbery, shows they fell sharply by 57% between 8 March and 31st May. The most recently published national statistics related to criminal courts shows that outstanding cases in the Crown Court increased by 25% to almost 43,000 when compared to the same point in 2019. The magistrates courts, which deal with cases such as criminal damage, motoring offences, and assaults, recorded an increase in outstanding cases of 44% to around 4,22,000 over the same period. And it shows that there is a quite difference between judicial system of Pakistan and the judicial system of United Kingdom. Then the comparison between the both judicial systems of India and Pakistan. So there is no difference between them because the cases about Kashmir and Babri Mosque shows the situation of Indian judicial system, that which type of judicial justice is providing by the judicial system of India to the humanity. Because Pakistan is an Islamic state, the comparison between Islamic jurisprudence and judicial system of Pakistan is the judiciary of Pakistan uh, is not providing a little bit justice according to the Islamic jurisprudence. So as we compare it with the judicial system of uh, Pakistan, there will not be the satisfactory result because there is different justice for rich and poor. On the other hand, once Prophet peace be upon him sentenced to cut off the hand of a woman whose name was Fatima and she belonged to an upper class. A prophet's companion approached Prophet peace be upon him and said to forgive her, but Prophet peace be upon him said that if there might be my daughter Fatima, I would definitely sentence her the same punishment. So the judicial system of Pakistan never relates to the judicial system of Islam. So this is a bit overview of the judicial system of Pakistan. The thing which I didn't mention in this presentation, which is that is positivity of the judiciary system of Pakistan. But we have to overcome the weaknesses, and that will possible when will ensure the safety of the judges. State will make the trials fair, will keep the politics far away from the doors of court, will keep relationship away from the courts, and will select more and well-educated judges for speedy and fair trials. We can get the example for uh, a great and ideal justice. Uh, then we will have to learn from the Islamic judicial system and the British system. If we will not make the judicial system equal for everyone, then everyone will get his justice through his own way, and it will become the cause of chaos. So the judicial system uh, is a backbone for every state. Uh, so we will have to make it fair and ideal for the citizens. So I'll bind up my discussion with the prayer that may Allah make the judiciary of my Pakistan uh, make the judiciary of Pakistan ideal, so that everyone, whether that is rich or poor, may get the equal justice. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.